So today we are having a special guest. His name is Arijit Das, a student of grade 10 at Hem Sheela Model School. He is based out of Durgapur in West Bengal. However, at such a small age, Arijit is involved in developing various sorts of Internet of Things and artificial intelligence based projects. He is also a member of TinyML.
So I would like to say that when I first started off building projects with Internet of Things at the beginning, and then on I moved to AI/ML based projects. So in the first very beginning, I would say that it was 2018, 2017. And during that times, there was like some school competitions about science fairs being held. And so I participated in one of them. And we developed some home automation based systems for the schools and even for the robotic arm based systems. And they were being quite admired by our teachers. Plus, we even got some opportunities to present them to a national level scale. And we presented them at the National Energy Conservation Day in Institute of Engineers based in my hometown. And also we even participated at a conference, which was an international conference, and it was organized by RMIT, which is in Australia, and the National Institute of Technology. And so they made this conference very much special for us because it was the very first time that we were participating in such a large amount of conference, in such a big conference. And all went well. So this was the main first things, the first initial projects that I had first developed with my team of 3, 4 students along with me. But the entire thing first started off in 2017 when there was this uh, a small meeting that was being held by our friends. We were there in the playground, and after then we were just chilling out. And during that time, a person, and he was in Microsoft back then, Microsoft Research, and I guess he was in Microsoft Research. I believe he was in US at that time. So for the holidays, he came to his hometown, which is the same as that of mine. And one day he just came and he showed us a drone that he had made. And so it was like the DIY drone that he had made, and it was flying and all that, and we were just running behind it. So that just fascinated the thing that you can just make these things yourself. It is not the thing that you have to make things at a right at a higher age, but you can even develop things at a smaller age too, because you need to know the things, and that is pretty much it. Just apply your ideas, and you can develop anything as per you want. So then 2019 came. I participated in some more conferences and in some more science fairs. And then in the beginning of 2020, COVID-19 came, and everything just moved on online. And we were very friendly to the offline based conversations. Like we had uh, projects being built up in offline mode, in which we gathered on, we made projects, we decided, and we fixed bugs, and it moved on very quietly, very nicely. But when the online mode started, just came back as a throwback to us, because we were not familiar with the things that on how we can collaborate online. But later on, gradually we got to know about we can have chats over Zoom and more on that, so we can like discuss all these things. But then in the beginning of 2020, I came across one more competition, and it was from Government of India, and that was for building projects that can like save the humanity against coronavirus at that time. So I participated in that, and I presented an idea which was quite similar to Arogya Setu app, and that got released like the day when I submitted the idea. Arogya Setu was released like I would say a month. Then came to see this that most of the ideas were quite matching to this, and I felt that somehow my idea may have got the attention of them, and they might have taken the perspective of developing that. So I moved on, and then I came across one more competition that was held by United Nations Development Program. So UNDP then built this hackathon, which was for developing COVID-19 based prototypes that can fight against it. So I built a smart health band that had the capability of taking all the normal respiratory levels and more of the scientific data from the patients and then deliver it directly to the doctors. So like it will be remote based sending of data, transmission of data, and there will be no transmission of the COVID-19 disease that was being very first told that it can spread through direct contact. So the contact would not be there, but the entire data can be transmitted and the patient can be like treated more easily. So the project was very liked by the organizers from UNDP, and I was chosen as the hardware winner in that competition. So kept on like developing all this course of project. Later on, I came to know that we can even deploy machine learning at the edge, because in the early 2020, 29, late 2019, at that times, deploying ML at the edge was a very important topic. Like it was a growing topic, and still it is now a superbly growing trend. But in that time, I came to know about such platforms like Edge Impulse, where I'm currently working as an ambassador. Plus, there are various other different platforms that are leveraging softwares that can run on smaller devices, which are capable of running IoT-based systems. So I knew of IoT. I knew on how to debug and run all this small hardware. So the thing that I wanted to know right now was to how can I just get an insight of ML and AI and all these concepts. Learn some courses from Andrew Ng and all of them, and it's like experience I will never forget. So gradually, like it took me some months, 5 to 6 months, and I understood the concepts gradually. And that is the initial stage on how I thought of like, why not let us also be a part of the community that helps in developing all these kinds of projects for machine learning at the very edge. So that's how I came to know about TinyML. So the first thing that was a personal like a problem for me was that none of my family members was in the software industry space, or I would say in the EIMS space. So this thing was a very big outcome for me, that nobody could support me, but I had to do the thing from myself. So I had to learn, and then I had to just devise these concepts and put them into work by making projects and sort of things. So that was one big problem that came to me. And the other way, that once you make a project, the very first time you get to see that there are tons of bugs and error reports inside it. So the first time you would see that, oh my God, I can't do this because there are so many kind of errors that I am getting, and I am not sufficient to solve this. But there are communities that can help you inside of that. There are several different communities, EIML, various different communities are there which can help you out, and inside of them, like all these kind of scenarios. And once you take help from them, you can even give the help back from the community if you can answer some questions, or you can solve some doubts of the community members. So it's like you take some help from them, and you also give or provide them support. So these communities, and that was the main thing which helped me in that time. So a project that was very close to my heart was a project that we developed as a team, and this was a remote team. This was not a team that we friends made together. So back in July, August last year, we met together for a hackathon. Like I was there, and there was one more person from Mumbai, and there were a couple of other members from Philippines, and some from the France and USA. So we four five joined together as a team, and we prototyped and developed a solution that can be deployed over malls, in the malls, to like using CCTV cameras, and that can like detect and see that there is a mask or no mask. So that we had four to five different types of criteria. One of the mask and no mask system, and the other one was for temperature sensing of the person that is entering the like the mall, and it can say that this is the high temperature person. This person is having the temperature beyond the limit, and the guards can't allow him to like move into the mall. So three to four different types of criteria we had inside this project, and on the final day, it came to us. We got to know that the project has won the second prize, and we were rewarded with that. So, when I first came to know about the concept of TinyML, like for deploying AI can also be deployed on smaller devices that even have less than 1 megabyte of RAM. So this idea was very fascinating to me. And when I came across various different types of communities, I came to know that people are interested about this idea, but they don't have the proper resources, or they don't have the proper like the audience from where they can get to know on how like they can utilize and use this kind of devices and these kind of softwares. So I ran out a brief survey, and from them I came to know that about 150 to 200 people were interested for joining such a community only from India on the very first day. And so that thought came in my mind that why not let us start a community named, which finally came to be named as TinyML Aspirants. Why not let us start such a community that is based mostly in India and Asiatic based regions, and let us help share the word about TinyML and what the technology actually is. So that first started the purpose of TinyML, and now TinyML Aspirants is having across 450 plus members all over Asia, and we host various different kinds of workshops, webinars, meetups, and people share their projects, people share their bug reports, and people solve them. And I am very happy to be a part of such a great leading community. So the first thing that I would like to tell you is that don't hesitate to start with a project. Uh, Thinking of any idea in your mind, just make it. Uh, Even it gets successful or not, it doesn't matter. But the experience that you get from a project is worth the matter. The amount of time and all the various different sorts of things that you spend on a project, it is worth the matter to you. You get to learn a lot of new concepts from just building up a simple project. And yeah, that is one more important thing. Plus you can even interact with the communities a lot, because the communities are definitely one of the things that can help you out in the trouble science. Plus also it will increase your like the circle of your communities.